Hello from the MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Wiki World University and School, WUAS, News and Question and Answer on Monday, July 15th, 2024 at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, day after Bastille Day, celebrated in France for the revolution in 1789. As we wait to see if people will join us in this WS News and Question and Answer. I'm holding up the sticker for World University and School and the WUAS Press with their logos and their URLs for you to check them out online. Also, the Twitter addresses, URLs, twitter.com/WORLDUNIVAND. SCH and twitter.com/WUAS Press. I'm also holding up newly a little delivery cart robot from Lego Spike Prime that I made the other day that can be coded with the Scratch programming language. This is a little gate it can move toward or stop at. And something World University and School seeks to build into our WUS News, into our online degree programs, namely Lego Robotics with programming of the Scratch for example. So I'm glad to also say that we today have heard back from the WUS person in Romania, Julian Dumitrascu, who's the named WUS CEO. And he is coming into conversation, I think, in this WS News and Question and Answer, suggesting perhaps that we use at WUAS more LinkedIn for a variety of reasons. For business communications and as we grow. And I replied to him in some of these regards. Thank you for the invitation, Julian. And I'm reading the email I sent to him. And the MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Wiki World University and School conversation, a goal of these emails. And WUAS recommends Google email for business and academic university networking, which this SGKMACLEOD at WORLDUNIVERSITYANDSCHOOL.org email address is, and where WUAS has been in Google for Education since May of 2015, so about 9 years. And regarding these emails, goals of sharing news and communication opportunities. And so these WS News and Question and Answers. And after your Julian receiving this once in a blue moon WUAS News and Question and Answer email about a collaboration between WUAS and Grow with Google, and there's a related set of Twitter posts for this today already. I'll post them again, the Grow with Google hashtag on Twitter with the recording of this at the end. And Julian's suggestion of using LinkedIn more. I went ahead and posted to LinkedIn, and thanks to Julian's invitation, regarding this Grow with Google remarkable opportunity. And I also updated the U at World University page, wiki.worlduniversity.org/wiki/U_at_world_university. And with WUS planning to code for all 7.9 billion people on the planet from here, each a Wikidata PIN number. And I updated the U at World University and School page with a LinkedIn World University and School coming into conversation further with Julian. And I think Julian and I are connected on LinkedIn. His LinkedIn is linkedin.com, Julian Dumitrascu. And it occurred to me to try to find all 500 people in the WS News and Question and Answer emails, um, emailings for Mondays, WS News and Question and Answer, and to see if I could find with their emails, their LinkedIn profiles. It's something I may proceed with, thanks to Julian's suggestion. And further, I think it would be very helpful for World University and School to grow further. And in response to Julian's encouragement to use LinkedIn, with actually Google educator groups and potentially in Romania. So I also have included the Google educator group GEG Global LinkedIn webpage. World University and School is much on Twitter and only a little bit on LinkedIn as another social media site. And I replied to Julian's sort of LinkedIn's suggestions with a Twitter post that Julian posted in the middle of the COVID-19 SARS-CoV-2 pandemic, that Romania is among the 28 countries with the most infections with SARS-CoV-2. And closest to Bangladesh, Philippines, and Pakistan, and with the large and dense populations there. So Romania's in the EU. And those 28 countries, I think, that Julian mentions are in the European Union. And World University and School has communicated with Julian in the past about growing WUAS in Europe, in the European Union, and even with a WS partnering letter with Stanford MindPi cryptocurrency. And Romania is not, however, I think, in the Eurozone. With Julian's situatedness, with his being based in Cluj-Napoca in northwest Romania, there seems like an opportunity to proceed with growing World University and School in Europe and with social media beyond LinkedIn and Twitter. So coming into conversation with Julian's email this morning, encouraging further use of World University and School of LinkedIn, World University and School, and regarding this once in a blue moon Grow with Google meetup opportunity that World University and School is going to on Tuesday, July 30th, in about 2.5 weeks, 2024, at Google headquarters in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in Bakery Square. World University and School is continuing to explore how to potentially grow World University and School with social media and potential further, particularly with Google, but also with LinkedIn, thanks to Julian Dumitrascu's suggestion, and Twitter. Twitter continues to be a fascinating idea generator for World University and School. So with Julian as the named CEO of the WS Corporation Academic Press at WUAS, there's a video of Julian and I talking from a few years ago when I was living north of Berkeley in a safe house. And I'll post that to today's blog posts. And further on, continuing with the letter I sent back to Julian. To Julian as named CEO, and because WUAS hasn't been able to hire since becoming a 501c3 nonprofit public charity in the USA in 2010, and a for-profit general stock company in the state of California in 2017, and even regarding another LinkedIn post I sent back to Julian and all 500 WS Universitians this morning from the US State Department that we're hiring a new human resources officer in New York, where World University and School was seeking to hire, but we haven't been able to hire since 2017 and 2010 when we became a nonprofit, 2017 a for-profit. I won't ask you, Julian, how sales are going of the 3 Lego robotics kits, of which World University and School is an authorized Lego robotics kits reseller, and the 5 books on the Academic Press WUS Educational Services Store beginning webpage at worlduniversityandschool.org/academicpress.html, or how even the possible translation and academic press publishing of my upcoming Society, Information Technology, and Global University book into German, since Julian's a German translator, I think, or into the Romanian language is going, which the academic press is seeking to be to translate books into all 7,164 known living languages and with machine translation. But I was interested to find, I wrote to Julian and the Universitians this morning, this October 20th, 2022 article on Google and Romania, titled "Google Opens New Office in Downtown Bucharest." And read that article. It's interesting. I think Google employs nearly 280 people out of that office in Romania. And regarding the, once again, momentous upcoming WUS Tuesday, July 30th, 2024, World University and School collaboration or meetup with Google Small Businesses meetup at Google headquarters, Pittsburgh in Bakery Square. Just as a further addendum, and in what ways could Google and WUS together make meetup.com for meetups that have a platform more helpful and friendly and excellent than they are currently? A possibility for further WUS Google collaborations beyond LinkedIn, beyond Twitter, and regarding this further social media site, meetup.com. To conclude, and regarding WUS beginning, possibly WUS educational services stores, bookstores, computer stores, robotics stores in Romania, and where Julian lives about, I think, 7 hours northwest of Bucharest, the capital city, in the second largest city, Cluj-Napoca. It looks like brainstorming how might WUS open WUS educational services stores in Romania, perhaps in collaboration with Subway restaurants, which are in Romania. Subway restaurants do exist in Romania. They're an American company. I see on Google in a search today, but where Walmarts are not in Romania, and World University and School seeks to eventually create Walmart, perhaps informed with information technology, WUS educational services stores, 3 sizes in all 200 countries. And further brainstorming, and even with WUS collaborating also with the US State Department for these WUS educational services stores, perhaps in Romania, perhaps collaborating with Subway restaurants, as well as with Google retail stores. I think there are about 3 or so in the US, and in building out physical digital stores from the World University and School Bookstore Academic Press beginning page, worlduniversityandschool.org, academicpress.html. So that's my reply in conversation with Julian, who suggested in Romania, who suggested using LinkedIn more. thank you, Julian, for your email to all 500 of us, and for this WS News and question and answer conversation, which is in many ways the point of this WS News and question and answer. So I'm going to now turn to the agenda that I had written out, depending on who joins the call and video. And Julian thankfully sent an email, so in a sense joined this conversation today, this WS News and question and answer today on July 15th, 2024. So agenda item 1, a set of tweets. How 200 ocw.mit.edu centric hashtag WUAS UNIVS will hashtag grow with Google on July 30th, 2024. Thanks so much to Google for this meetup, this Google meetup on a Pittsburgh Small Business Meetup, again on July 30th, 2024. And regarding World University and School, even revolutionizing education with AI and machine learning. And regarding Peter Norvig, hashtag Peter Norvig's incredible article, Toolify AI WUAS article, revolutionizing education with machine learning and AI, World University in School, with a focus on many things, but especially expanding hashtag MIT OCW through machine learning, hashtag language diversity, and creating a hashtag realistic virtual earth. So item 1A, I think way opened in a Quaker sense for MIT OCW centric Wiki World University and School WUAS. When I registered for this Tuesday, July 30th, 2024, Grow with Google Meetup last week. And please see my email reply to Grow with Google in this blog post for WS News and Question and Answer today, Monday, July 15th, 2024. I'll touch on some of those points at the end of this WS News and Question and Answer later on. For a significant review of where WUAS is heading and our 2 WUAS wings and so much more. Agenda item 2, in a related vein, and if anyone is interested in blockchain, which WUS will seek to engage in partnering with Stanford MinePi cryptocurrency and in seeking to code for all 7.9 billion people on the planet and in all approximately 200 countries, here's a MIT Open Learning online meeting on Wednesday, July 17th, in just 2 days, which I found on Twitter recently. Will blockchain revolutionize business? On July 17th, discover why this disruptor has the potential to enhance security, foster new business models, and transform industries with the MIT Open Learning tweet URL. Agenda item 3, an AI generation, an artificial intelligence generation of people sociologically. Are we seeing it like the baby boom generation or Gen X or the millennials or Gen Z or Gen Alpha, which is one sociological category I just learned about, maybe for people who were born in around 2010 to present. Are we seeing an AI generation? So a set of tweets in these regards, which I posted to the Sociology Wiki School or Wiki subject page or Wiki department at World University and School recently, having updated that significantly too, adding Gemini conversational generative AI at the top as a resource. So a set of tweets. Are we seeing sociologically a new hashtag AI generation emerging from hashtag Gen Z post hashtag millennials? WUAS sociology. And among hashtag digital natives, regarding hashtag born digital, understanding the first generation of digital natives by John Palfrey, the president of the MacArthur Foundation currently, and Urs Gasser, I think a professor at the University of Munich right now, or Technische Universität München, and with 2 videos with Sal Khan, one with Bill Gates and one with Professor Duckworth, Angela Duckworth at the University of Pennsylvania, regarding artificial intelligence in learning situation developments. So are we seeing sociologically a new AI generation emerge? These are questions that I also, as a sociologist, am interested in. But I wonder whether an AI generation is perhaps not as helpful a category brainstorming-wise compared with Gen Z or millennials or baby boom generation, as possibly an emerging gene-edited generation. I say this in writing my 6th book, Society, Information Technology, and the Global University, where gene editing is a kind of information technology in which I touch on in my book. And also rereading for a second time, Clara and the Sun by Nobel laureate Kazuo Ishiguro, which is about gene editing and artificial intelligence and humanoid robotics as well. So it's an interesting focus to ask how an AI generation might be emerging, and further, whether even World University and School, with our graduates eventually, could create an AI generation of learners with a specific focus of an AI generation around education and among learners. I haven't heard back from John Palfrey or Urs Gasser, who I asked in this WS News and Question and Answer email announcement with agenda, whether they're seeing an AI generation regarding their book, Born Digital, Understanding the First Generation of Digital Natives. And I haven't heard back from Bill Gates, who's also in this emailing, in a great video regarding his great video conversation with Sal Khan above about artificial intelligence in education. I also asked Gemini, conversational generative AI, about this, whether a new AI generation is emerging. And Gemini AI replied in this way: while there's no single agreed upon term yet, it's not uncommon to discuss a potential, quote, AI generation gap, rather than a new, quote, AI generation, end quote, for baby boomers and Gen X. Here's why. One, limited AI use. 2, comfort with technology. However, this doesn't mean they're entirely excluded, this AI generation gap, because they have an openness to learning. And there are some specific use cases. So Gemini AI concludes, and read its further characterizations of this in the blog posts for today on both blogs, scott-mccloud.blogspot.com and worlduniversityandschool.blogspot.com. Gemini AI says, overall, it's more likely we'll see an increased comfort level and selective adoption of AI by some baby boomers and Gen Xers, rather than a complete transformation into an AI generation. Interesting. I'll just conclude that if an AI generation does emerge in conjunction with a gene-edited generation, that will be an interesting focus for sociologists for years and decades ahead. Stay tuned. Agenda item 4. So recently Antonio Regalado, who's MIT Tech Review biotech editor with an interest in aging reversal, retweeted to both my at Harbin book regarding my Harbin Hot Springs ethnographic book at HARBINBOOK, and a molecular biological researcher who named Zach Hensel. Alchemy Today is his now closed Twitter feed. And I was fascinated to learn that Zach Hensel, with a PhD from Johns Hopkins and based in Portugal, is focusing on single molecules and how we might study them in perhaps new ways, do further research on them, which he's doing. And I wondered in these regards about coding for a single molecule further in a realistic virtual Earth, which World University and School has been seeking to facilitate for years, emerging from a realistic virtual Harbin Hot Springs project and thinking, and which Peter Norvig wrote about in the Tulify AI WUAS article, Revolutionizing Education with Machine Learning and AI, World University in School. So how might we code for a single molecule in a realistic virtual Earth? Glad to have come across Zach Hensel, PhD's work on this on Twitter the other day, and in communication too with the MIT Tech Review biotech editor Antonio Regalado, who was published in the Tech Review about aging reversal. The set of tweets reads, how, hashtag Peter Norvig at Antonio Regalado, hashtag Zach Hensel, to code a realistic virtual Earth regarding the Tulify AI WUAS articles, and regarding the brain's intricacies. Two words in this article, and single molecules, and with hashtag film to 3D apps for hashtag single AI, hashtag G molecules, hashtag G neurons, hashtag G cells, hashtag G genes, as hashtag AI building blocks. And with a link with Zach Hensel's research at, I think, a University of Portugal. And with G Street, hashtag G Street View with hashtag time slider. And some of these I retweeted also further. A video of George Church, the Harvard and MIT professor of genetics in the Harvard Medical School, talking about an age meter that they've used in research, and created a set of tweets how to iteratively make accurate the age meter at George Church, at Geo Church, which he talks about here in this video, and even regarding hashtag interoperate, hashtag age meter with hashtag avatar agent electronic health records for all in hashtag realistic virtual Earth for aging reversal. Think hashtag G Street View with hashtag time slider. And this retweeted further another tweet the Harbin book and I also tweeted elsewhere, interoperate hashtag age meter with hashtag avatar agent electronic health records for 7.9 billion people in hashtag a realistic virtual earth for aging reversal. And regarding hashtag genome project and hashtag phenome project. And that was a retweet of George Church's little less than a minute video from the Centers for Age Control, Inc., developer of Age Meter, which tweet read, "For your longevity medical practice, add revenue, and further engage patients. Age Meter, described by Dr. George Church, DNA pioneer who made sequencing affordable. Time Magazine World's 100 Most Influential People, Titan, elected to the National Academy of Sciences." I'm going to move now to these Grow with Google remarkable once in a blue moon developments in the remaining time in today's July 15th, 2024 WS News and Question and Answer, just to make a recording of them as World University and School and the WS Corporation Academic Press continue to grow. So how can approximately 200 ocw.mit.edu centric hashtag WS universities how will 200 universities grow with Google after this July 30th, 2024 Google meetup with World University and School in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania? This is how I see it growing. World University and School, I let Soleil Mead, who's the digital coach, Pennsylvania, at Grow with Google, out of the Google office headquarters, and the Google Small Business Advocacy Team and the Google Small Business Workshop, Santa Cruz in Pittsburgh, and Peter Norvig, the Google AI Director, and Google and Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai, and please forward to him, and Pittsburgh attorneys Nick Thompson and Sean Flaherty, and US Senator and former Harvard Law professor Elizabeth Warren. I wrote the following. World University and School has, for your information, 2 wings as legal entities, as 3 legal entities, 2 wings with amazing potential synergies between them. Both wings are planned in each of 200 countries in their main and official languages, and in all 7,164 known living languages. 1, there's a nonprofit 501c3 public charity, MIT Open Courseware Centric Wiki World University and School. 1A, an exempt legal entity in California that corresponds to this. And 2, a for-profit general stock company, WUS Corporation in California. And I've included their tax numbers in this blog post today for people to think through further how these 2 wings might work together from first the US. So MIT Open Courseware Centric Wiki World University and School, WUAS, is a federal WUAS nonprofit overall in many ways. That's quite remarkable for synergies ahead, potentially. Agenda item, or the third item here in this Grow with Google, in these Grow with Google items. So while being in asylum in Pennsylvania since August of 2022 as a whistleblower and having called the police from Canyon 94516 in August 2020, and the 2 asylum houses, and from the 2 asylum houses I've been in Pittsburgh 15221 in April of 2023 and Pittsburgh 15206 earlier this 2024. MIT Open Courseware Centric Wiki World University and School has received the green light for WUS accreditation with Middle States Commission on Higher Education and licensure with the state of Pennsylvania's Department of Education. And while I've been in communication with Shadyside Academy high school heads, President Bart Griffith and head of school Trixie Sabundayo about writing these documents and paying the fees, and with others about this, like Connie Clifton at Middle States Commission on Higher Education. Also, I'm writing to inquire about possibilities for doing WUS accreditation licensure with Google through the Pittsburgh Google office. And as question, I'd like to explore further in some of these regards. And once WUS accreditation is further along, how WUS may seek reimbursement from all 50 US states and all 200 countries, departments of education for free to students online MIT OpenCourseWare centric WUAS degrees from home, along the lines from the rich countries' departments of education, for example, of what it costs to go to MIT itself, which is about $63,000 per year per student, e.g. without room and board, etc. So fourth item here in this Grow with Google WS possible collaboration, and with the meeting on July 30th, 2024. The fourth item, also planning-wise, WS is seeking to hire and employ approximately 2.5 million people over the next 50 to 75 years on both wings, possibly nearly 750,000 people on the nonprofit MIT OpenCourseWare-centric World University and School Wing, faculty, administrators, graduate students, researchers in 200 WS UNIVS countries, and from speakers of 7,164 known living languages with our language focus. And two, approximately 1.7 million people on the academic press at WUAS side, planned in all 7,164 known living languages too, and with machine learning and machine translation, and in the WS educational services stores with bookstores, computer stores, robotics stores, retail department stores, grocery stores, cafes, hospital technologies, distribution centers. So combined, WS seeks to hire and employ slightly more people than Walmart's 2.1 billion people, which is in 19 out of about 200 countries in the world, with WS planning to grow in all 200 countries in the world. WS is also seeking to code for all 7.9 billion people on the planet, each a Wikidata PIN number from World University, and for free MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Wiki universal education for speakers of all 7,164 living languages. Free WUS degrees on the one hand, and free Wiki schools with people-to-people Wiki teaching and Wiki learning with parallels to Wikipedia, Wikibase, Wikidata in its more than 300 languages on the other hand, as well as potentially to end poverty by distributing Stanford MindPi cryptocurrency free money daily via UBI experiments, where Pi is a new digital currency developed by Stanford PhDs with over 55 million members worldwide, out of about 8 billion people on the planet. And to claim your Pi and to get Stanford MindPi free money daily, you can go right now on your smartphone to this link, mindpi.com/SGKMAC, and use my username, SGKMAC, as your invitation code. And the WUS Corporation is seeking to also multi-list on stock exchanges, and early, potentially on the Silicon Valley long-term stock exchange, and then further, possibly on each of all 200 stock exchanges in all 200 countries. And further, the WS Corporation may seek for all 200 countries' central banks to reimburse the WS Corporation for Stanford MindPi cryptocurrency, and with Pi Network's blockchain especially, and with WUS having a partnering email from Stanford MindPi cryptocurrency. Item 4A, and here's the beginning WS business plan for a flagship physical digital WS bookstore on Walnut Street, Shadyside, Pittsburgh, PA. In what ways could that emerge with Grow with Google? Agenda item 4 and item 4B, WS Corporation may also seek Pi cryptocurrency to become a means of exchange in the WUAS educational services stores in all 200 countries and among speakers of all 7,164 known living languages. 4C, and the MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Wiki World University and School may also seek reimbursement from all 200 nation states departments of education in Pi cryptocurrency too. 4D, in some of these WS Corporation, WS Educational Services stores regards WS as an authorized reseller of 3 Lego robotics kits, and C, the World University and School.org/academicpress.htm. Further, item 5, WUS seeks to develop much of this in a hashtag realistic virtual earth, and see the incredible hashtag Toolify AIWS article by Peter Norvig above, and regarding revolutionizing education with machine learning and AI, World University in School, regarding approximately 200 hashtag WSUNIVS on Twitter in these regards. Item 5A, and WS is seeking to develop a hashtag realistic virtual earth for Lego robotics. So a virtual Lego robotics platform in one iterating realistic virtual earth, and think Google Street View with Time Slider, Gmaps, Gearth, TensorFlow AI, and Peter Norvig's Lego Institute 2 as well. Item 6, because this Grow with Google is partly, has a focus on branding, which is Soleil Mead's specialty and focus. The convener, the organizer, the hostess of this upcoming Grow with Google WUS meetup on July 30th, 2024, Tuesday. Branding, how best to brand and with artificial intelligence, World University and School. These are interesting questions. Begin with, on the one hand, the World University and School.org as a beginning website and its logo, and begin on the other hand with World University and School on the other wing, our for-profit WS Corporation wing, Academic Press. Begin with the World University and School.org academicpress.html beginning website. Begin with the blogs to be seen. So I also, item 6A, just looked up branding, and in a Google search with new AI, branding is the process of creating a distinct identity for a business in the minds of consumers. It's a combination of tangible and intangible elements that a company uses to represent itself, including its name, logo, colors, typography, imagery, and overall design. Branding can also include a company's mission, values, and tone of voice. Item 7, and regarding how WUS Wiki subjects work, and check out the free CC4 licensed MIT OCW courses and free CC3 licensed Yale University courses at the top of each of these wiki subject pages that are academic ones, which are eventually going to be for credit to WUS enrolled students for free to students WUS university degrees online from home. I just added newly a Google Gemini generative conversational artificial intelligence AI section toward the top of a few academic pages, and also the subject template at World University and School. And see, for example, the academic subject sociology, which I just updated recently. For both, so these wiki subjects are for both academic and creative focuses, and which you can create or wiki teach to and or wiki learn from, and planned in all 200 countries' main official languages to begin, and which wiki schools will develop differently. And which, as wiki schools, so each of these wiki subjects could be seen as a wiki school, will develop differently and differentially as these language and country communities, wikis, develop. So item 8, the last item, for your information, to Grow with Google. And this is an email to the Google Small Businesses Advocacy Team and Soleil Mead and Peter Norvig and Sundar Pichai and others. For your information, I and WUS are seeking to move forward the WUS Academic Medical Center with Ed Smythe, MD, above as the named Chief Medical Officer, with possible virtual Harbin Hot Springs warm water cure, with WUS Longevity Genetics Institute, into a newly safe 670 Ridgecrest Road, Canyon 94516, in 2024. And with regard to 2 of the WS legal entities being in the state of California, and with US federal and states laws, Pennsylvania, California, et cetera, working effectively together in new ways. Best regards, abolitionally, thanks, friendly Quaker greetings, see you soon. So that's the news and question and answer for today. Thank you, Julian Dumitrasco, for your email and your conversation in these regards via that killer app, that killer social media platform called email. And looking forward to further communication regarding possibly developing Romania World University and School and the WUS Educational Services stores in Romania. And regarding this once in a blue moon, Grow with Google, WUS opportunity for both wings of World University and School, worlduniversityandschool.org and worlduniversityandschool.org/academicpress.html. The nonprofit on the one hand and the for-profit general stock company legal entity in California on the other, both planned in 200 countries and both planned in 7,164 known living languages with machine translation, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and similar. Until next week, I think it's the 22nd of July, Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll post this to World University and School's main YouTube channel, youtube.com/Scott McLeod World University, and to our main active Twitters, twitter.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH and twitter.com/WUAS Press, as well as to LinkedIn. Newly, thanks to Julian Dumitrasco's invitation and email prior to today's WUS News and Question and Answer. Check out twitter.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH. The Twitters for World University and School are much more active than other social media sites. Until next time, actually, the WS Monthly Business Meeting is on this Saturday, July 20th at noon Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time, 9:30 p.m. India time. It's open, it's hour-long. You're welcome to join that as well. I'll send out an invitation with Zoom URL for that. Until next time, bye for now.